Hey everyone, Adrian Morrison here, and in this video we are going to talk about one of the most ignored placements for ads on Facebook. And I want to show you and talk to you about how powerful it actually is. Now, what I'm referring to is the right-hand side ads. Now, if you have no clue what a right-hand side ad is, don't worry, I have an example for you. So here's a screenshot of my Facebook account. This is the news feed. This is what people see as they scroll down and down and down this infinite news feed just full of content. On the right hand side, you'll notice these ads that say craft without code and custom made logo design. There's two of them. And as I scroll down the feed, those two ads will stick there. They stay there. They're always there, right? So these are right-hand side ads. Now, these are not native. And what I mean by not native is they're not in the news feed. So they really are kind of sticking out more as advertisements than information. People look at stuff that's in the middle of their news feed as they scroll down as user-generated content, information, or news. So they pay more attention to it. Whereas since the very beginning of Facebook, the very beginning of time where Facebook started allowing ads, these were the first types of ads available, right-hand side ads. Now, they didn't look exactly like this, but and they've improved a ton since the beginning. But Facebook has always, since they started having ads, had ads on the right-hand side. So, one of the caveats to right-hand side ads is that people are banner blind to them. In other words, they ignore them more often. But Facebook has done a tremendous job at reviving right-hand side ads and making them a powerhouse if used correctly. So typically there's only two on the right-hand side, and they stick as you scroll down. They follow you, so they're always there. In about every 3 minutes or so, I don't know the exact time frame, but every couple of minutes, the two ads that are there will vanish and two new, completely different ads will come up. So even though they are sticky, which is great, they don't, the same ad does not stick there for like 30 minutes. They rotate ads in. And if you've been on Facebook, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So there's a lot of inventory, a lot of traffic to be had here. So let's go over the pros and the cons. Okay, so the pros and the cons of right-hand side ads. Let's start with the pros. One of the main pros is right-hand column ads are very cheap. The traffic is so cheap for these. So where you might be paying anywhere from $2 to $3 per 1,000 impressions on Facebook for newsfeed ads, you can get traffic for these at a fraction of the price, sometimes 20 cents per 1,000 impressions. So just mega cheap. So you can get a lot of bang for your buck with these types of ads. Right-hand side ads have a lot of inventory, and they can be used to scale your campaigns. They can be used for retargeting campaigns, and they're just mega cheap traffic, okay? Now, that doesn't mean, oh, they're cheap, so I'm going to start out with right-hand side ads. These are actually the lowest converting ad type on Facebook I've experimented with, okay? So don't freak out and go jump to right-hand side ads. Just make sure that you follow this video, you listen carefully to what I say, so I can explain to you the pros and the cons. And one of the pros is that, the traffic is mega cheap for these. Another pro is there's tons of inventory. So there's tons of opportunity to scale these to the moon and back, because Facebook just has so much that right hand. I'm stuttering a little bit because I'm just so excited about these, because Facebook always has the right hand column ads shown 100% of the time. There's always something in that right column. Whereas newsfeed ads and mobile ads, people can scroll past them in an instant. So, these have a ton of ability to be scaled if they are done correctly. The other pro is that they're sticky. They're sticky ads, like I said a second ago. As people scroll down the news feed, your ad will follow them. It doesn't move. It stays right there on the right-hand side. Go to Facebook after you watch this video and start scrolling. You'll notice that those ads on the right-hand side stick and they follow you. So this allows you more time to get the user's attention, right? It allows you more time to get the user's attention so you can get the sale. And Facebook's done a really great job here with this, because since they are smaller, they are more ignored than the other ad types. They are looked at more like real ads, like advertisements. Facebook has done a tremendous job allowing you more time to have your ad there to get people to notice you, since it takes them a little bit longer. So these are all pros. I use right-hand side ads for retargeting campaigns a lot. And if I am really doing well, if I'm profiting with the other ad types, like link ads, page post ads, carousel ads, I will take a campaign on a retail product or a free plus shipping product, and I'll run it as a right-hand side ad. And there's a good chance, if it's profiting on all other fronts, that you can make right-hand side ads profit as well. And if they do, the reason I'm so excited is because if they do profit on the right-hand side, oh my gosh, you can just get so much cheap traffic to them and just absolutely destroy. So these can be powerhouses if they're done correctly, okay? You don't want to jump to them out of the gate. They're kind of like that next step when you're trying to scale your ad campaign or you're creating a retargeting campaign. These are your go-to. All right, now the cons, okay? So there are some cons. With all ad types, there are pros and cons. These are the smallest ads on all of Facebook. So the image is going to be smaller than any other ad type on Facebook that's available right now. So you got to make sure that whatever you're advertising, you got to zoom in on the image and use every little pixel of space in your ad possible, in your ad image possible. If you're trying to sell a very detailed item that has a lot of detail in it, it might not do very well unless you're able to somehow zoom in on the product enough where people can see the fine stitching and detail on the item. So you want to make sure that you make the most out of the tiny bit of image space you have with right-hand side ads. You want to do them very, very clear images zoomed in on the products that you're marketing, because they are small. And another con is, I've already mentioned this, they're not native. Now, a native ad is something that blends in with all of the content. That's what newsfeed and mobile ads do. They blend in between everything else, and so they get more attention from users. They get higher click rates. Like I said, also, from the beginning of Facebook ads, the right-hand column ads have been there. So people are used to these. They kind of ignore these a little bit more. They're less likely to click on these because they know that they're ads, right? So you have to have something very compelling, a very good image, a very good ad copy, and your right-hand column ads can work. Because they are smaller, because of banner blindness, they're going to have much lower click rates. So you're definitely going to have lower click-through rates on these, which is okay, because if you look back up the pros, the traffic is very cheap. So if you're one of those people that pays close attention to what your click-through ratio is, that is the percentage of people that see your ad and actually click on it, don't freak out because your click rate is really low on these, because you got to remember the traffic is mega cheap. So it's kind of a wash. Like, you can afford a much lower click rate if you're paying a fraction of the price for the ad, if that makes sense. All right, and they have lower conversion rates. They do have lower conversion rates, but that's okay. If it's targeted properly, you do everything with a clear image, they can be very, very profitable. All right, so do not ignore these. So many people ignore them. And I've had campaigns that have generated tens of thousands of dollars using right-hand column ads just now this year. So you should definitely use these types of ads, but you have to do them at the right time. And that is, once you've got page post ads rocking, you've got link ads rocking, you've got carousel ads rocking, those are the ads that you can kind of flip through with multiple images, test a right-hand side ad. And chances are, if every other campaign is killing it with the other ad types, that this one will do good as well. It's not guaranteed, of course, but if it does, I'm telling you, it's so cheap, there's so much inventory, you can scale the heck out of this type of ad. So here's another screenshot, once again, of what these ad types look like. If you go ahead to the next video, you should see an actual walkthrough of how to create a right-hand side ad. I'll show you how they look in Facebook, like the screenshot right here. You'll actually see a live feed of Facebook, and just be on the lookout for these. Look at other people's ads. Look how they do their images for right-hand side. Make sure you zoom in on the image. It's very clear. You want to use every single pixel of image space you have available for these. They're mega powerful. Tons and tons of profit can be generated from these, but you have to do them the right way. So make sure that you follow my step-by-step instructions and get ready to start crushing some right-hand column ads when it is the right time.